My name is Braylon, and I live here in Memphis. I've been noticing not just a slight change, more of a detrimental change in like how peaceful Memphis is ever since the National Guard came. There was a lot of things I couldn't do before the National Guard came because I had to worry a lot about guns and stuff. I couldn't play because I was worried that somebody might pull out a gun or something, but now I could do that. And I just wanted to thank the President of the United States for bringing the National Guard.
The streets are safe now, and the youth are absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. Everyone from top to bottom is loving the streets being safe, except for, of course, white liberals. The very people who don't even have to live in these areas that are crime ridden. Those folks. But carry on.
I've been calling for the National Guard since 2023 when we had the mass shooting on Beale Street. Mm-hmm. There were hundreds of young kids on the street, as you will recall, and 8 of them were shot. At that moment, I just felt like we need something extra. Mm-hmm. I called for the National Guard. I approached both mayors. It was Strickland at the time and Lee Harris. Each of them thought it was not time yet. Apparently now the time has come, and I think it's a good thing, Alex. I think we are 2 weeks late, as far as I'm concerned, in doing the things that we can do. Mm-hmm. We're 14 days in today, and I think that there are things that we should be doing regardless of the National Guard's presence.
So let's dive into this as deeply as we can here. Who's kind of leading the charge right now that you like? Who's kind of falling behind, kind of following? Who's collaborating?
Well, right now, nobody's leading per se, but the vacuum has created an opportunity for, naturally, the mayor of Memphis is already on board with the kinds of things that I'm talking about. And I think Mayor Young has a rare opportunity as a Democratic mayor in a Republican-controlled environment who did not ask for the Guard, but who is excited about working with them. That is one of the things that he, the mayor, and I have been discussing in the past, as well as with the Chamber of Commerce. Those are the kinds of things that I think collaboration is right there on the
But you and I both know how a lot of Memphians are, not everyone in Memphis, but a lot of Memphians will say, wait a minute, we need somebody who's going to kind of push back at the same time because we didn't want them here.
Oh, I think we got plenty of pushback. We just told the story of the veterans encamping outside Sheraton. And most of the institutional organizations, the NAACP, Urban League, recently have continued to voice their opposition to the National Guard and the federal presence. So I think 2 things can be true. There's going to be pushback continually, but this is an opportunity for us to work together to move forward into some areas that I don't think we're doing right now. Chamber of Commerce can do what they have been challenged to do, which is to help improve educational outcomes. It might not sound like it makes sense off the top, but think about it, Alex. The school board is about to close several schools.
Yes, they are.
That's inarguable. They are hemorrhaging. Our school system is hemorrhaging maintenance dollars. That's inarguable. On the other hand, there are plenty of instances of vacant commercial space in Memphis and Shelby County that the chamber has an inside connection with. They should step up, work with the school board to address those problems. And this can be done without any kind of position on the National Guard. The other thing is with regard to economic empowerment. Memphis is you know this better than I do, Memphis is 65% black. The weakest link economically in Memphis is the black business community.
Now that was a pastor from Memphis. Sounded like an old Democrat, didn't he? One who genuinely cares about the people that he lives amongst, more civic minded rather than just, a bunch of empty talking points. A Democrat that I could actually sit down and have a genuine conversation with, and we could try to work together to get something done. That's what that brother sounded like, a pastor from Memphis. So shout out to him, man. Absolutely shout out to him. But let's continue on.
I just watched a video of a young boy in Memphis who's literally thanking the President Trump and the National Guard for coming in and making his neighborhood safe enough for him to play outside for the first time. And as somebody who grew up playing outside, I grew up in Tampa, Florida, which compared to places like Memphis and Chicago is very safe, right? But I still have seen people get shot and die in front of me, and that is traumatizing. I wouldn't wish that on any kid. And to hear him say that he can play outside for the first time broke me, because every kid should be able to play outside of their own house in their own neighborhood. They shouldn't be afraid to play outside because there's hooligans outside killing each other. That is insane. And watching all of you get on this app and, attack this kid and attack his mother, who I think is a journalist, for not endorsing Trump, not saying go MAGA, none of that, just saying, hey, thanks for coming in and giving us, even if it's temporary, a feeling of what peace or safety feels like. For you, sometimes I wonder about the success of our community, to be honest. Because let's put aside the National Guard coming in and the legality, whatever. Why does it take the National Guard to come into these places to make them safe enough for kids to play? Why is that necessary? Let's start there. Before we get mad at Trump for coming in and doing whatever, let's start at why it's necessary for them to even do this. And you people are so brain dead that if a woman says, thank you for making the neighborhood safe for my kids, not endorsing any of his other politics, just this one thing, thank you for making the neighborhood safe. Now you're attacking her. Now you're calling her a sellout. Now you're calling her all this thing. Apparently her job threatened to fire her if she did an interview talking about this. What is this world?
Yeah, man. Listen, there are some people who are too far gone. There are some folks who are completely and utterly brainwashed. It does not matter what you show them, what you tell them. Nothing will change their mind. You could show them Trump literally creating the cure to cancer, and they will find some way, somehow, to take a shit on it. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. It is the truth. And I've actually run into one of those types of folks where no matter what you showed them, no matter what you told them, showed them, nothing would change their mind. Zero. And it's absolutely sad. But some of those folks, like I said, man, they are too far gone. You have to be far gone when you're criticizing a child who is simply saying, thank you, Trump. I can go outside and play now. Like let that marinate for a second. A kid was saying, thank you, Trump. I can go outside of my house and play outside again without bullets whizzing past me or worrying about bullets whizzing past me. So thank you. And people found a way to criticize it. Wild, ain't it? Wild. What do you want this young black kid to be cooped up in the house all day, every day and not be able to play outside? Like, it just makes absolutely no sense. But on the flip side, there are a lot of people who are saying, I am done with this party. You guys have gone way too far. It's a Democrat Party that's legitimately a cult, as we are seeing. It's not the Republican Party. You guys are the lunatics. You guys are the insane ones. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So that is also the silver lining in all of this. While you do have the crazy folks who are going to criticize kids for saying thank you and grown women for saying thank you that she can sit out on her front porch now. Oh, well, what do you know? I can sit out on my front porch. Thank you, Trump. And some people find a way to criticize that too. But man, is that sad to see. But like I said, on the flip side, there are a lot of people who are waking up and leaving the Democrat Party because of this nonsense. So anyway.
I swear, the National Guard, there's literally people saying in Chicago, in Memphis, which I have family in both places, I feel more safe now. My kids can go out front and play. I can walk down the street to the store and not worry about if I'm actually gonna make it home. And people will still be like, no, this is terrible. Take the National Guard out, blah, blah, blah. And you guys are totally discounting real people's experience that live in the place. You guys are watching CNN. You guys are watching fake news, other biased media, and you're not listening to the people that are actually affected by it front line. It's insanely wild to me. Insanely wild. I just talked to my cousin. She said, I haven't felt this safe, and I don't know at any time in my life. She lives in Memphis. When are we gonna wake up? It doesn't matter what the Trump administration does. You guys are always gonna find some sort of fault, even if there is something good. Doesn't matter if you like Donald Trump or not. You cannot deny the facts that what he's doing in these cities, they're working. Guys, a lot of this is just the law being carried out. If I go commit a crime, there's something called consequences. Even the Bible says, obey the law of the land.
Facts.
See, but we want the narrative to fit when we want the narrative to fit. I don't know any other country you can just go into and you can just do whatever you want. Come in illegally, do this and that, and there's no repercussions. Huh. That's crazy. What a concept.
Speaking of facts, I mean, listen, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Couldn't have said that any better. But carry on.
All right, we have more black community bullshit. As we know, Trump just sent the National Guard to Memphis, like he previously did in Washington, D.C., cleaned up a lot of the crime. Clearly, it was successful. Whether you like Trump or not, the shit worked. Okay, he goes to Memphis. They're arresting 500, 1,000 criminals. It's working there, right? So this black woman gets on. She happens to be a journalist in Memphis, so she's pretty aware of all the crime that happens there. This black woman gets on this app and says, hey, I'm happy it's safe out here. We had a weird guy walk up to the house the other day. My kids can finally play outside. I love it. She said nothing about being a Trump supporter. She said nothing about she loves white people more than black people. But black people got on this app and called her a coon and a Trump supporter, and a Uncle Tom and a Sambo and a traitor and a pick-me and all the other names in the book. Black community, what the hell is wrong with y'all? We don't want safety for kids? Forget the election and forget who won and who lost. She's talking about safety for her kids. Kids should be able to go outside and play. Just like kids in other neighborhoods. Black kids should go out in black neighborhoods and predominantly black cities and play. There's nothing wrong with that. Why do y'all have a problem with the president, whether you like him or not, cleaning up a city and someone actually appreciating it? What the hell is wrong with y'all? Black community is cooked, man. Y'all cook. And y'all don't even have any type of counter argument. It's just black person, say something good about Trump, coon. Y'all don't use y'all fucking brains. What the hell is wrong with y'all, man?
Yeah, that is true. A lot of these folks out here do not use their brain. They are a walking zombie at this point. Walking zombies, man. Walking zombies. I want to show you guys
44 missing children.
What's going on here? Hold on. I want to show you guys this news report that you just heard there that wanted to play. For some odd reason, I couldn't pause it. But I want to show you guys this because what is happening is an absolutely beautiful thing, and I don't think it's being talked about enough. So here it is.
Tonight, 44 missing children are off the street or they're back with their families. Those are the latest numbers from the Memphis Safe Task Force. Our Lauren Turman joins us in the studio now. And Lauren, you talked with one local advocate about those efforts to protect the most vulnerable.
I did, Pepper, and today we learned new data that shed light on the recoveries of dozens of missing children in our area, and specifically how that is controlling what could be an even worse outcome for them, trafficking. In its first 2 weeks, the Memphis Safe Task Force has made more than 850 arrests. It has also stepped in to find and rescue missing children.
The reporting number is 44. We know there are 45. One was literally being reported when the surge operations had stopped a vehicle, and that child was in this vehicle.
Okay, that's a big, big, big deal, especially what we've seen, because those numbers haven't changed much. In fact, they've gone up. This will be the first time, and our numbers are now changing, where we're seeing those numbers go down, and it's so encouraging.
Brian Calley, CEO of the nonprofit Saving Lost Kids, says he hopes with multiple agencies involved, the number of missing or trafficked children will continue to fall at a high rate.
Right now, the estimated 300 to 400 missing in Tennessee, and those are the ones that are active missing right now. We've got somewhere between 70, 80 missing just in West Tennessee around Shelby County area.
He notes that 90% of missing children are runaways, usually escaping a difficult situation. He says that leads to trafficking, often by someone they know. Now, Calley's and his team are doing something to give them comfort.
We embarked about 4 years ago. We started this idea of building homes for children that have recovered out of child sex trafficking, and to give them a true home, a true place they can feel safe.
The ranch, which will hold 20 houses and is open to girls, will be in rural Tennessee. He says the best way forward is to let this operation continue.
To me, if I'm going to feel safe and comfortable for my family to be here, all right, I want to know that there's active work being done to take the bad guys out of the picture.
And Brian adds that the ranch is expected to be open by the end of this year, hopefully as a way to further the progress being made right now. In the studio,
Saving lives. Saving lives because he's there, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. Children being saved. An absolutely beautiful thing. But, of course, these white liberals will find some kind of way to criticize that one too, as if saving kids is a horrible thing. But once again, I don't know. Something is broken, man. Something is genuinely broken within these folks. I genuinely don't get it. I don't get it. They're so brainwashed that they will criticize saving kids. They criticized children being able to play outside. It's wild stuff, man. It is absolutely wild stuff. But hey, shout out to Uncle Trump. Shout out to Uncle Trump, because he's cleaning up the streets and making it safe regardless of what these white liberals have to say about it. But anyway, y'all get in the comments and let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Thanks for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate all of the continued love and support. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.